That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction
Monday
on a Tuesday.
All right, what do you have over there, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? Everybody good?
What up, yo?
Not really.
Rich, you're going to make it, man. I believe
I
in
got
you.
faith in you.
Here we go. Ready? This Chiefs championship stretch. The consideration, who they beat, what they've done, what they've overcome. It's the most impressive in NFL history. This was really hard to write.
I don't think this is an overreaction. You could make this argument very, very, very well here. 6 years like this. 6 straight AFC championship games. 4 Super Bowls, 3 wins. I mean, this past year, too. Go on the road, beat the 2 seed, beat the 1 seed, beat the other conference's 1 seed.
I think that's kind of what really pushed me. The road wins. Really impressive going to Buffalo, winning that game. Really impressive going to Baltimore, winning that game. All the receiver issues throughout the year, beginning of the year. Kelsey banged up. Chris Jones holding out.
Yeah. I mean, put it all together.
Put it all together, yeah. I mean, Andy Reid is coaching Mount Rushmore.
Honestly, and it's tough to push back on this. This is not an overreaction.
Yeah.
What else, Chris?
It was good. One of the stories that didn't get a lot of run before it was discovered deep in the Brock Purdy kind of feature that was going on was the Tom Brady thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan thinking about going to Tom Brady if Brock Purdy not ready to go, not healed from that elbow injury that went down in the offseason after he got wrecked by the Eagles in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago. All right, so I'm gonna say Kyle Shanahan, guys. He should have just went with Tom Brady after all, at quarterback this year. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You think Tom Brady's playing that game on Sunday? They lose? No. Overtime. Doesn't even get to overtime if they have Tom Brady. He goes right down the field. We know Tom Brady's history with playing overtime playoff games. We saw it in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. He just scores touchdowns. And he needed a touchdown to win that game in overtime of the Super Bowl because you knew Mahomes was going to come down and answer. Kyle Shanahan should have just went with Tom Brady at quarterback after all, TJ.
Well, I mean, Chris, it sounds like a great story, right? And yeah, you're automatically going to think, and I'll jump in here for Rich real quick. You kind of think that Tom Brady would equal success, but here's the deal, right? Bottom line is, when Chris Jones shot the gap and he came up, Tom Brady is not going to get away from Chris Jones on that one play.
Not at all.
You're going to have the same effect. Like what happened to Brock Purdy throwing that ball away is more than likely going to happen to, 44-year-old now?
No, Tom Brady's like 40.
What? Okay, yeah. So, in theory, you'd like to go, yeah, Tom Brady would have made a difference. But the way the Niners offensive line played, which wasn't great, and the way Chris Jones was dominating, I just don't believe that it would have made it. But it is Tom Brady.
I know. One of the funniest memes I saw yesterday was Tom Brady like suiting back up, kind of like the Arnold. Like,
when he came around the corner.
Yeah, just like, hey, let's Tom Brady suiting back up. Now that Mahomes has got his third.
Well, I mean, you make a good point, TJ. I mean, they were 1 seed. Can't do any better than the 1 seed. They make it the Super Bowl. Can't do any better than that.
Right.
They put it in overtime.
I mean,
can't do any better than that.
He did everything he could.
Well, I guess Brady's the only other guy who's won a game in overtime in the Super Bowl.
Should the 49ers have signed Tom Brady before the game just to have him in relief, just in case?
But
like the closer.
When would you have put him in, though?
And then overtime. You could have him start off. Brock Purdy, look, you did a great job.
Guys, this is nothing to do with Brock Purdy.
You pitched
I
8
love
innings.
it. By the way, great overreaction subject. Top notch. Overreaction. What else you got, Chris?
All right. I don't even know if I'm asking a question here, but it's kind of like, why in the hell did the 49ers stop running the football?
That is not an overreaction.
Come on.
But, I mean, they did give it to McCaffrey over 20 times.
Yeah, 22 carries.
I mean, he had 80 rush yards.
Third quarter. When the game
he's the first ever.
was-
He's the first ever 80 guy in the Super Bowl.
Just third quarter.
It was that third quarter.
Third quarter. Head scratching.
I
Still
mean,
scratching my head. I'm still
I
thinking
don't
about it. I'm
know.
looking at the play log, and I'm just like, what? Why?
I don't know why that happened.
Same
Again,
reason why the Ravens
I
stopped running the
tweeted
ball
that out
against them.
during the game. I'm like, it feels like they must deliver a staggering blow right here. I don't know if it would have made the difference
but
or
three
not.
straight 3-and-outs. You needed to just, I don't know, interrupt, keep Mahomes on the sideline, just something.
Right. But yeah, I do believe that's where things turned.
Yeah.
In that, well, the thing turned on the muff punt. Again, I wrote it down
But that
here.
was in the stretch of them going 3 and out.
Yeah. If you're the 49ers, you would absolutely sign for them going punt, fumble, punt, field goal, interception, punt, field goal, punt to start the game.
Yeah.
And then that punt was the muff. So that's great and all, but during that interception, punt, field goal,
you only scored 10 points.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're parsing it because it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But like the beginning of that third quarter, they needed to punch it in the end zone.
They needed something.
Yeah. And I guess McCaffrey's that guy, certainly because McDuffie and Snead were locking it down. But like I told you, the all-22s are going to come back and show that defense was lit. Chanel
awesome.
and all those guys up front.
Yeah.
Karlaftis was everywhere.
He
was a guy I mentioned before.
So
the
they
game
just couldn't
too.
do it. I mean, you just got to give it up to that Chiefs defense pretty much.
And the Niners O-line, like I said, I don't think they had their
They were a
best
little
game.
banged up. They were a little banged up.
I know the feeling. What else you got over there, Chris?
Okay, look, Yanowski said it a few plays away from Kyle Shanahan being maybe a Hall of Fame coach, right?
Right.
Multiple Super Bowl rings.
2 rings. 3.
However,
Yes, sir.
if you're Jed York, do you send
No.
Belichick the you up text? Just call Belichick real quick, gauge some
You
interest.
up.
Just say, hey, Bill, what do you
out
think
of
about living in the Bay?
You're crazy.
I mean, I can get you. There's boats. There's
overreaction.
There's water up here. Hey, we can ship 8 rings out. Maybe get you that 9th.
Ship it.
Santa
Take
Clara's
it
like
through the Panama Canal.
Santa Clara's like a
Did you really
45
say
minute
you're going to
drive.
ship a boat?
Yeah, you're gonna ship a boat across country
No,
and
you just put
put it on an
a trailer.
18-wheeler
Yeah.
and send it out there. You know what I mean?
You just
Yeah, money
sailed
for it.
around and cut through.
That's a really far
like
trip.
a cannonball run.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
You know
long,
what I mean?
You know,
That's a
They
long
got
ride.
fishing out here in the
Get the ghost of
Pacific
Dom
Northwest.
DeLuise out there and go on a cannonball run with the 8 rings.
Head up.
So
and-
stupid.
Do you just do it? Just real quick? I mean, it's only 3 letters. Just,
I'm going to
you
reject
up?
this.
Just you up?
It is an
He
overreaction.
just matumboed you with that.
You know what I'm
one.
saying?
No.
No, I went Banyama.
Yo, that's true. My bad.
Serious people.
All right, what else, Chris?
I'm just saying. All right, Patrick Mahomes. I said it on the overreaction. He's already in the Mount Rushmore. He's already the second best quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
Already.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
Second best.
agreed.
Better than Montana, Bradshaw,
Agreed.
Unitas, Marino.
Dan Orlovsky
Aikman.
told the entire country, the world, this is the best player I've ever seen. And I don't think it's an
That
overstatement.
was a lot. He made a 3-yard pass for a touchdown. I mean, come on.
But the metrics already point out. They already point out. Chris, I even have it written down. That's how much I'm pointing it
Just
out.
contradicted yourself.
I love that picture of 73 in the back. Just like,
That's
yeah.
what overreaction's about, is contradicting
Well, first
yourself.
he's on Mount Rushmore, and then he's like, well, he only threw a 3-yard pass.
I just called him the second greatest player ever.
I haven't. I had it written down somewhere. It's not here on this table. But the bottom line is, what only Elway and Brady have more Super Bowl appearances ever. Only Montana and Brady have more Super Bowl rings ever with Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
Yeah. Bradshaw's 4. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. He's tied with Aikman.
Right. So, yeah, correct. He's also got the most yards combined passing and running in a season, like 5,600 total yards. It was 2 years ago. Yeah. This is not an overreaction. He and Brady have already locked up half of the quarterback Mount Rushmore. It's just the rest of them are whatever
like,
flavor
your
you want.
Personal preference. Mahomes' bust is going to be awesome because he's got that cool hair with the shave size and kind of the curl and stuff.
But
All right,
what if he gets older and he changes his hairstyle? He might have an older hairstyle on there when it happens.
all right, last one. Let's look ahead, Rich. Let's look ahead.
You know what we should do, Chris?
So what's going on?
Let's look ahead.
Someone other than the Bears will be selecting first overall.
Ooh.
This is going to be our life for the next 2 months. So
I just don't think so. I think
Really?
I think the Bears are going to select
they're
it.
going to do it.
Yeah.
I saw a mock draft that had the Bears keeping the pick but taking Joe Alt.
What?
I did.
The lineman?
Over the weekend, I was like,
When
I
you
was,
say mock draft, were they mocking whoever's
I
reading the
was
draft?
getting, I was getting into mock draft season over the weekend, and I saw Joe Alt, number 1 to the Bears, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's insane. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
And I was happy because the Pats got Drake May, but I was like, what?
Yeah. The Bears are going to use the pick. I don't have my crystal ball. It's all the way over there, and I really don't want to get up.
I don't think you should move. Yeah.
Thanks. So, yeah, that's a great question.
Okay.
That's a great supposition. And I don't think it's – I mean, it's a proper question, so it's not an overreaction that someone's going to go and get him.
I mean, it's going to be what we're talking about.
But I just think the Bears, are going to do exactly what we think they're going to do.
Just hit reset, take Caleb Williams,
Yeah, and then it'll be all over.
get a pick or two for
Chris, they passed up on him one time, right, and took Trubisky. I don't think the Bears fans could stomach if they pass up on him again for a second time. So
Ryan Poles has done a great job as Bears
Yeah.
GM so far.
So is that it? You got it?
That's
You
it.
done?
That's it. We're done.
That's Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday. Get the Overreaction Monday podcast. Chris and I stayed after class for that yesterday. It's got chock full of insane Chris Brockman theories. It's as good as it gets. You brought your A++ Super Bowl game for our first ever post Super Bowl edition of this show. What the Football with Susie Schuster and Amy Trask has Jim Nantz as their guest today. Hello, friends.
hello, friend.
So that's coming up later on. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.